sure you guys have seen these blinds that we've been putting out here at this point, these executioners from HME. We're getting them at Buc-ee's, which is a monster gas station of all places in Texas and in the South. So I just picked this one up for Nick. This is the third one we're going to put out here. We have a review posted separately on our pages of these blinds that I did one time when we were out there, so go check those out. Really good ground blind. We're spending our own money on them. We're not sponsored, so go see what we think. But other than that, we're heading out for another trip. I'm about to go pick up my wife and take her out there with me for this go round, so looking forward to it. My name's Sam Thrash. I work for Fall Obsession, and this is episode 5 of Texas Dirt. All right, guys, we just got out here. This is my wife, Brooke. What are you most excited about?
Oh, I'm excited to go fishing.
Fishing?
Enjoy some sun.
So we're gonna be out here for a couple days. Well, I say a couple days, really 1 day or more. We're gonna hunt tonight and in the morning. Camping, pretty much same setup that I had last time I was out here. We have a camper that we're hoping to have out here next week, week after, just wherever it falls, I guess. But hunt tonight and in the morning. We'll play tomorrow evening by ear. I got to be back at work the day after that, so it's gonna be a short trip, but we're gonna make the most of it. So we're gonna get camp set up and probably drop her off at a fishing hole, and I'll go check some trail cameras or something at some point today. So good things going. Not a bad 8 point. First hunt, you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
Yep, I'm gonna sneak into the ground blind and take it till dark, see what comes in. Alright, so we're tucked back here in the ground blind, same blind that I hunted last time. I have a working rangefinder, borrowed from Nick, thanks Nick. And feeder's 28 yards away, and we're hoping that a doe or a pig comes in tonight. Brooke can shoot, so stay tuned. I see him. All right, well, the very first evening hunt for Brooke is in the books. We had a nice 10-point come in. I think Nick and I do have pictures of this deer from one other time, and we weren't really sure based on the pictures how old he was. After seeing him in person, I'm confident that he's old enough to shoot. He's also not very symmetrical. He's a 10-point, but he's not very symmetrical, so he'd be a good deer to take, especially a really good deer for her first deer. So, but this just goes to show why we need to get these pigs out of here, and hopefully we'll get a shot opportunity at a deer or a pig in the morning. But that buck came in, and he was cautious, but he was working his way toward the feeder, and then that pig came in and ran him out of there. So these pigs are pushing these deer, and they need to die. So other than that, that's about all she wrote. So hopefully at least the group of does will be there in the morning. Maybe get Brooke one on the ground. So y'all stay tuned. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and we're heading back out in the morning. All right, guys. So we're flashing forward a lot past the morning hunt. So you guys saw that big deer, or that good buck at least, that we saw last night. Would have let my wife shoot it if he'd come in and given a shot. I guess y'all got the rundown with the pig and everything though, so that was kind of unfortunate. But flash forward past our morning hunt. Our morning hunt was a complete bust. We got in there early, got settled in, same stand, and the cows came walking through right at first light. And I know that stands good normally for evening, or excuse me, not evening, late morning activity. So we ran the cows out of there, got back in the blind, had to run them out again because they came right back. We're still holding on to the hope that maybe, just maybe, you know, around 9 or something, deer might come around, since they do that sometimes. We didn't have any luck. We did see one doe at a distance, but she didn't come in. So we have elected to not hunt tonight. It's October 20th, and it's going to be almost 90 degrees today. It is ridiculous how hot it still is, and we still have about a week of these kind of temperatures before it finally looks like it's going to start cooling off permanently. So we thought about it, but with the moon and the activity we've seen, I know we saw that buck, but he was the only deer we saw last night. We've decided that we're not going to hunt the evening. So what that leaves for our trip, we're going to go up here and take care of a couple cameras, and then I dropped my wife off at a fishing hole. She's catching some pretty nice fish, so as soon as we're done here, we're going to go join her there before we head home. The cameras that we're about to deal with, you guys have seen bits and pieces of them probably. One of them is the camera that is on the trail of where that big deer that we have in episode 1, where we saw him at. That camera has stopped working, and we're not sure why. So we need to go check that and see if we can figure it out. Pretty sure the camera's not damaged. I think that there's might be a firmware issue or something that we're dealing with on that one. So we need to go grab that camera. We have another card pull camera in here that we also need to check. So we're gonna go take care of those two things real quick, and then head back up to the fishing hole to see how my wife's doing. So we're gonna walk back here and see what we got. All right, we got 38 photos. Let's see what's on here. All right, so we got a couple does again, and the rest are cows and pigs. So I'm really trying to figure out this area because I know that the deer passed through here. I'm just trying to figure out where, so I can put another bow stand in here. So we're gonna move this camera up to a different trail. I know where we're gonna put it. And again, run it for a week and just see what happens. Check it again next week. So that's what you gotta do when you're scouting a place like this and trying to figure stuff out. You gotta put a camera up for a week or two, see what it gets. Don't like it, move it. So that's what we're doing. All right, so this tree is our new camera location on this trail. Again, another trail in this network back here that I'm trying to figure out which one the deer are using the most, so I can figure out where to hang my tree stand. This is the third different trail that we've put this camera on now, trying to figure it out. The first two are kind of busts, so hoping this one gives us a little bit more. We're gonna pull this other camera down that's not transmitting. I don't want to talk about any products, man. I'm not going to. This is a Spy Point camera. We're not sponsored by Spy Point or any other trail cam company. I actually just did a review on all these 5-point cameras we have out here, a positive review. But every once in a while, so I've been told, you might have a camera that quits transmitting and you don't know why. Everything else shows it should be operational. I have other cameras in the area that are working just fine. I reached out to 5-point customer service. They were very helpful. Just told me that I needed to have the camera somewhere with internet access so that I can ensure that firmware is up to date and they can look at it on their end if they have to and try to figure out what's going on. So we're gonna pull this camera, we're gonna take it home. We're gonna see what might be going on with it and let 5-point tell us what to do. And from there, hopefully next week, we'll have it back out here and it'll be working again. So we'll pull this down and then go catch up with my wife. Look at that guy. All right, we're calling it a day. We're sunburned and hot and sweaty because it's hot in Texas. But how many did you catch?
11.
She caught 11. I caught 4, a couple bass and a couple crappie. So we're gonna probably be calling it a trip. Unfortunately, the hunting wasn't very good, but at least we found a good fishing hole before it was over. So don't doubt that she'll be back here at least. So appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Texas Dirt. We're going to continue this series. We do have more whitetail management stuff coming in the episodes to come, as well as our previous episodes. Still a lot that we want to do out on this property, so be sure you don't miss one. Subscribe to YouTube, and we'll see you on the next one.